Okay, people, Edwin Learnard here once again. Anyway, as promised, I was going to bounce back, and I went 11-2 last week, so I hope I could start retrieving some of my lost viewership. Anyway, to the games this week. This is 2012 NFL predictions, week number 8, home team in caps, of course. First game, I got Minnesota over Tampa Bay. Minnesota has really essentially played lights out this season, and they've exceeded mine and a lot of other people's expectations. Tampa Bay is floundering. Minnesota's got arguably the number 1 running back in the league. He's so hard to bring down. They're going to be at home, Minnesota, in this one. Chicago over Carolina. Carolina, it seems like, Cam Newton, the team supposed leader, has looked so despondent of late, and and it's on the road. It's not a good sign. Chicago is at home. I think the monsters of the Midway prevail in this one. Next game, San Diego over Cleveland. Cleveland, they seem to play, somewhat competitive in some games. They just don't seem to be able to win them yet. And San Diego, pound for pound, is the better team. Cleveland has something going for them. They are at home, and their, defense, their pass defense is probably adequate, and that might make this game competitive, but San Diego still wins. Next game, Detroit over Seattle. Well, Seattle's got that, as I've stated before, that unheralded defense, and they're like a top 5-10 defense in the league, and they will play well. They will keep this game close, but I figure Detroit's got to come out of their funk, and quarterback Matt Stafford and Calvin Johnson, they're going to have to get their cohesion and chemistry back, and it's at home. I think they may start to get it back a little this week. Anyway, next game, New England over St. Louis. St. Louis is, being at home. They're on the threshold of becoming a team that could be dominant at home. Jeff Fisher is getting these guys to play so well. Not great, but much better than, I thought they were going to play. And it seems like there's no quitting this team. I think New England, though, I believe, they won a tight one last week. The New England has not exactly annihilated too many teams this year. I think they blew out Buffalo, and that was about the main one, which they blew somebody out. St. Louis makes it close, but New England, with their experience, they'll find a way to win this game. New York Jets over Miami. There's all kinds of trash talking in this one. I think all things being even, the Jets are at home. They just showed me something last week by playing New England very competitively. Could have very easily won it if they had converted that that reception to the 10-yard line in regulation. They probably could have milked the clock and kicked a field goal and won it. And to me, if you can do that with New England on the road, you can certainly be victorious at home against a Miami team. Next game, Atlanta over Philadelphia. I'm going to take Atlanta in this one. This game is one of those ones where, it's ambivalent city. It could go, I've been, going back and forth on in Philadelphia. They're the kind of team, when they're at home, they can really beat virtually anybody. Atlanta, though, I think I'm going to go with them until they lose. So I'm going to say Atlanta. Next game, Pittsburgh over Washington. Just watching something on ESPN where Ike Taylor was heralding the efforts on R.G. Griffin and his play and everything, and I do as well. R.G. Griffin III, he's had phenomenal season and very composed and almost unflappable, for a rookie. Anyway, but Pittsburgh is at home. They have their defense is not as strong maybe as it had been in previous years, but it's good enough to win against a rookie quarterback in the Washington Redskins. Next game, we'll take Green Bay over Jacksonville. I think Green Bay is starting to get everybody playing cohesively and all on the right page. Jacksonville, they are the Jaguars. They are on the road. It's a team that struggles to put points up. And Maurice Jones-Drew, about the only positive thing in their arsenal. I think Green Bay wins this one very decisively. Tennessee over Indianapolis. It's hard to believe that just maybe a few weeks ago, people were speculating about Tennessee's season possibly being over. Now, with a win in this game, they'll be right at 500, and they'll be right in the hunt for possibly a wild card position. Tennessee, Andrew Luck, hate to keep using the same word. Will he be providential this day? Probably not. Might play well. But Tennessee, I think, the more experienced QB and team, I think Tennessee will get this one at home, and they'll keep their, to say the resurgent Titans will win again. Oakland over Kansas City. Kansas City is just everything but abominable. I think Oakland is, a little bit better than them. Kansas City, can they put, up enough points to compete with Oakland? They might make it competitive. Oakland still gets the victory. New York Giants over Dallas. In this game where I'm seeing, some retribution and revenge game for the Giants, I don't think they want to be swept by Dallas this year. They need to get this win against Dallas. So, in case Dallas makes the playoffs and has to face the Giants, they don't want the Cowboys to have a psychological edge over them. So I think the Giants will get this one in the grudge match. Denver over New Orleans. This game is going to be a shootout between, obviously, two phenomenal quarterbacks with Peyton Manning and Drew Brees. I think in this one, the home team gets the tiebreaker. Denver will win, I believe. This is going to be very, very tight game. And New Orleans is starting to come together, but unfortunately they might run. I think they're going to run to a buzzsaw because they have to go into Denver, where it's obviously not very easy to win. Next game, San Francisco over Arizona. Now, San Francisco is not a team that's really, blown me away, or anyone this, year in terms of, analysts and people that have watched them. However, Arizona has, believe they have lost a couple in a row. They are at home. San Francisco is still, I believe, the supreme team in that division. I think they will show it on this day. But Arizona will, in fact, they are at home. It's a divisional game, the familiarity, etc. They will keep it close, but I think the 49ers win it. Anyway, those are my predictions for this week. And in the next week, I'll be giving you my NFL predictions, 2012 Week 9. And until then, people, stay well.